you? What's your plot? What is like? Why did you choose this? And you know, sort of bits of information you can share with them about them getting started in their Ag Excel journey.
This is Excel.
Yeah, this
Not
is exposure.
This is exposure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, okay. Okay, hi, hey, welcome. I've been on this journey with Go Farm for almost 4 years now. From applying and doing this phase in North Shore and then not moving forward, and then applying here and then doing the full 9 months and then taking a gap year and then coming back to make this a real thing. So I think time is a good way of to measure like how long this takes to get where you want to go. Sometimes people are just like, I want this in a year and I want this in a couple months, and it takes a while. And also just to like set plans and to dedicate yourself. I chose the space for a few reasons. It's pretty good on weed management. That was the main reason why I took it. This used to be a flower field. And so I drove past a lot during the gap year that I was gone. And I noticed that, sorry, is the music up loud?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it on.
Just turn it off. So yeah, during the gap year, I was like, oh, this field's pretty open and chill for me, and there wasn't a lot of heavy weed pressure, so I chose for that reason. I don't think there were too many other options for me as well. This is an eighth. Full territory would be the quarter, which I just keep maintained with some solid skirts. I grow mostly all red. Food, things that fall into the shades of red, that includes purple. Most people ask why I grow red, and I have studied human behavior and marketing and just how we move as a culture and a people for a very long time. And so I usually say, if I give most people a green juice, they're going to ask me what's in it. But never in the history of mankind has anyone asked what's in fruit punch. So.
Makes sense. Nice analogy.
Thank you. So I grow red for that reason. Most people put red stuff in their mouth without any questions asked. And so, yeah, everything's red for that reason, and just to have a conversation and just to mix it up. It comes with its own challenges, but also it comes with its benefits. You're seeing a shift in the season, so it's been hot. I was gone for a month, so there's a lot of shifting that's happening. Volunteers come in for me more so to give me a day of peace, but also to like help with the small things. So we did a lot of cleaning today and organizing, because I can't get anything done without my life being organized. Nothing. What else?
So, Basha is incredibly organized. One of the most organized people I've ever met. And that is the reason why she's able to work with volunteers the way she does. Basha has a wonderful sense of, obviously, marketing. This is what she studied. This is what she did as a day job for a long time. And so I think part of that red as well was like, this was her marketing stint, like up front. And it hooked people. It got their attention, and so that separated her and made her unique right out of the gate. And then what I think you've done really well is like build a community and build like a sense of ownership in this space. And so folks come in and they feel responsible. They're part of the mission. They're part of what Vosh is doing, and she's really articulate in being able to say like what it is that they're doing here, and what it is that she's representing, and what it is that she's doing in this like reclamation of space. And then she's got buy-in because of that. People also want to be a part of that, and I think that you've done that incredibly well. I've never really seen anybody else do it like that. And so that matters. And also in terms of like having volunteers potentially come in here while she's not here, she's one of the only people that I also let do that besides the Hiki Acres, because she's organized, and these folks know exactly what they're doing here, where they're not supposed to be, and all of that. And so also again, like that context of who and what they have access to, or sort of like how their individual functioning works. And then also, so you were also really hungry. Like Vasha's one of my ones that came and she was like, it's fine, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. And it's like not even an option, like she's gonna do it. And then she figured out a way to get all that stuff done. You flew your friend in to help you with things you didn't know about or know how to do. You can say anything else about that.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a big journey. I also explained this to Rachel. I'm in a place in my life, in a career place in my life, that this is not where I'm looking to find myself and my calling. I know this is a duty that I need to do, given all the stuff I know about the world and about my life and the places I've been. So I say that because this is the labor of love, and it costs a lot, and it's a heavy investment when you start. And so if you're looking to like make the money or do the thing, it's not gonna happen immediately, you know. So I say that in the sense that it's just super important to think about all the pieces that go into how you want to start, and if you really want to do it, and saving the money and making the connections. And that's another thing that I also did by taking a gap year, is after Go Farm, I made sure that I took time to also get to know other farms here, work at them, volunteer, do some programs so that I could actually be intermixed and mingled.
Will you talk about FA? Or you
Yes,
take a call?
Liz, can you let Espen out? This is Liz. Liz helps with all the things as well.
Hi, Liz.
Liz
Thank you,
is
Liz.
she's my screenhouse mommy. Liz is coming right now.
Let everyone else out.
Yeah, thank you. You're on it. Thank you so much. Screenhouse mommy.
Screenhouse mommy.
Bryson.
Wearing the official gear. Go ahead and model down the runway. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, she's coming. Thank God for the Apple Watch. I mean, I don't know where my phone is half the time. But yeah, so it's just a heavy investment. So it's like I said, it takes time, planning. This is my year of marketing. This is my year of getting it all out there and telling people and being everywhere that I can. And we just harvested all these flowers. Yeah, I put my name on everything. I also tag my name on everything I buy. That was the task today. Because if my scissors go missing in the world and you see a get ready pair of scissors, bring them back here.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Also today, like Kailua Fest is happening, and so what we ended up doing, this is like a cute little story. So they're gonna go out and pass out flowers, and there's just like a little get ready thing on here.
Oh yeah.
And even in making this, strategy. So you can't really get anything printed overnight here, like, or you can, but like Office Max is the one place that you can get prints. Walgreens will print in a couple hours. So I printed photos from Walgreens, and those were actually half off too. So I only spent like $12 to print 100 of these things and make them for the market. So yeah, so I think marketing's a big part of it. Of course, getting the name out, being thoughtful of what your name is, getting your brand out there. You know, it's the bottom line. So it's also like you're a part of the system, but it's about where you want to be in the system too. Because again, you know, you can just be the facilitator and be out here stressed, or you can try to own the power, and the power's in the people's hands, and food is power. And so it's just like, all right, I look at marketing and branding myself in that way, so I can get more people involved and interested. Questions?
Wait, real quick. Talk about the FA program.
Oh, sorry, I was ready. FA. FA is with Ma'o. Great experience. Alex, who was just here, he was in it as well. But basically similar in a way to Go Farm, but you just get like a summer of interning. And so they have you go out to Ma'o, and you have to do their 5 a.m. harvest and work in the shed and do all the things for 2 weeks. And then they separate you into these like smaller cohort areas, and you get to go to different farms on the island and work for the summer. And so I was at Kualoa for my working space, but then spent 2 weeks at Ma'o. And they just it's an immersive experience from just the mornings there, the hula, the education. Uncle Gary and Auntie Kukui are just very much about growing people, and so to also understand the ethos and the whys, I think it's really big just to get to your why, other than like I want to feed myself or I want to feed people. It's just really like, what else do you have, and what are you bringing again to be a part of this cyclical system called life. So yeah, FA is really good for that, and it was a good extension for me. I got tractor training there, because Rachel shows you like how she drives a tractor. Yeah. But I don't even think we had hands-on experience here with the tractor, so I was able to do that at Ma'o. And just, they had mechanics workshops, and these are things that I get excited about because I like to learn those things. So yeah, it's just really good to kind of take take all of the resources and opportunities that these organizations are creating here, and to just like step in and pop in and do what you're doing today, if you're interested. And just to know, like, don't rush it, because this is nature. Nothing is rushed. Everything is up to. So yeah, if you're gonna get into it, it's the best way to control your control freak.
Love it. Thank you. Yeah, so she took the FAA program while she was in gap year, and like that's part of that ask. If you're interested in gap year, we offer that, but the the ask would be that you're continuing your ag education in some way, shape, or form. Questions?
This is a little bit separate from your broader career purpose and that. Like, how did the whole farming thing come up for you initially when you decided to start running parallel to the rest of it? I run distance, and it started with running, to be honest, and then I got into like food and nutrition, and then I was working on a print magazine about health and wellness, and I would work 6 months at a time on my magazine and barely be able to sell my magazine for $25. And then we would make t-shirts, and I would sell out of those $40 t-shirts, and it just started, the commerce exchange was very frustrating for me. My intention was there, but it was the material and the product. And so I wanted to get to a place where I didn't feel bad about my product anymore. I knew that my product was really the bottom line of what you need in life: air, food, water. So yeah, I wanted to get to a product that made more sense, and I didn't feel guilty or that I was doing something that AI was going to take away. It was a lot. So I'm a creative in that sense, and I'm always working in those worlds. But yeah, I just wanted to be in something that wasn't going to be just going to get away from the AI creative monster that we're all facing as far as how efficient we are as human beings. And then I mean, it's not too far away either. I like grew up building, working with my hands and doing trade show build outs and window displays when I was really young. Really young. I'm like 20 and I'm 40 now. So I learned how to build stuff when I was younger too, which helps. You know, I also worked on cars when I was a kid, which helps. So I think just like everything has actually come together. The marketing stuff in my career has come later, but it's helped me in this. So I'd say it's a conglomerate of all the things that I've picked up in my life, and it's me seeing that like it can all go into one space.
I love that. Thank you for saying that, because it all does matter out here. All those skills come into play out here.
Rachel's a mechanic. Like for real. Like out here, and there will be moments where she's the one left to like fix it, and I'm like, oh, bless your heart. And I have to walk away because it's just oil leaking and her sitting there. She's gonna solve the problem. So it's a lot of problem solving. And I'm old school like that. Like I like to problem solve. I like the Walgreens order of the photos. Like I love that. That makes me go home and go to bed really well at night because I know that like I solved the thing for the day. So this is problem solving all day. I love using my brain. I got a big ass head, so I love using it and letting it work and like accepting my rest and my meals at night, and it's very fulfilling in that sense.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
More questions?
More questions?
Yeah. I mean, I recommend you for growing everything red and purple. Because my grandma told me if it's purple, eat it. So
Yep.
Food, eat it. So you were actually the first person I've ever seen on the farming this way. Like you have that intentionally. And there's a lot of food that are actually purple and red, and most people don't know about it. So I recommend it. So what is your goal? Where do you want to take this in like 5 years? Like you want to see every single food?
I can't technically tell you that without having you sign an NDA, but
I'll
for
say
now
it.
and in this moment, I'm gonna stick in the red category. I definitely am also opening the beverage world. I started in this because I was doing hibiscus, roselle, jamaica, whatever it's called, sorrel. I was doing that as a thoughtfully sourced business of getting roselle from farmers that I knew in different regions. And then that became absolute hell. And I was like, oh, I'll just grow it myself. And that's really what also opened this opportunity up to focus in on red. But I also know that like hydration is a huge thing. We deal with it all the time here. And roselle is really good for that. Even this basil water or tea we just made the other day is really good for that. So yeah, I definitely look to solve a lot of institutional voids. That's the way my brain works. So when you say 5 years, I'm like, I see the void in getting people interested in food by, sparking their curiosity and showing them something different. And so I always operate in the void, and that's really where my business sense thrives, is that I pay attention to what's missing. So I know we'll need hydration. You go to the farmer's market, lots of food, very little things to drink. So just thinking about where the voids are in business, I think that's business 101, is institutional voids and filling them.
Yeah.
Amen. I know you said you have a background in marketing, and it sounds like maybe you have a background in design as well. If you were making a magazine and just looking at your logo and your shirts and everything is so like meticulous. So are you a graphic designer?
Not by trade. I taught myself how to use all of Adobe Suite, but
Use
mostly when it was free and I was really young and like it was a
not
pirated
free.
version and I was making parking passes for college. Like, you know, or adjusting a bill so I could get an apartment. Things like that. Like that's why
Solving problems.
yeah, so I mean, like, it was problem solving. It wasn't really that. And then when I got to my magazine, my business partner is like a really amazing designer and illustrator, and so her skills kind of brushed off on me.
Sweet.
And again, it's
So
just
do you do all the design for everything yourself? Like did you
and the website, and the everything,
And then who printed them though? But didn't you have somebody help you with the printing?
Yes, I have someone printing in LA. There is Parrish also helped with some like color things. There is some creative stuff that I bring in help for, but a lot of it is just seeping at it. My noggin.
Outside investment?
Hmm?
You take any outside investment?
As far as what?
For the farm, like for all the assets and stuff here.
For a financial?
Yeah.
Yes, but what are they investing in? What do they want?
I don't know. You're printing out a lot of stuff.
What do they want? So I don't like an overhead. I don't like to own anybody anything. So I don't own anybody.
Okay.
How I think maybe what you're asking too then is how much money did you budget to do this marketing and how much did that relatively cost you?
So the overhead to do it is just like, you know, I go in increments and bits and pieces. I had a big fiesta out here for my birthday. I knew I was going to have physical people in front of me, so I printed merch for that. So I kind of just move in patterns and moments and things and see what I can buy. Not a lot. I don't like to hoard inventory. So I did have, again, donations early on to help me with my farm, but I think when it gets down to the merch and stuff like that, I'm just really strategic about sourcing logistics and not having a lot of supply on hand and understanding I'm on an island in the middle of the ocean. So how am I getting this product now to the rest of the people from here? So there's just a lot of logistics when it comes to it.
One thing I'll butt in and say really quick is that, so at the beginning, Vasha did a big Amazon wish list, and she communicated, she basically had like a pitch to people to say like, here, this is what you're investing in, this is what you're like supporting, and some of those friends she has connects all over the continent because of her work and her like previous life to Hawaii. And so a lot of those people know her and know she's good for it and want to invest in her and what her vision is. And so that was initially some of that investment, but it was never to be like, because I want something back. And so, and like you did really cute little things. Like she had her tarps all out here and every brick had a spray painted name of somebody who invested out here. And she made like a story about that. She communicated that and like made them feel seen that way. And then also like the Amazon wish list up front was genius. Is to be like, okay, I need these things to start my farm. Like, here's this wish list that I want. Like, who can help me fulfill these orders? And those are great examples of how you can have some investment, but it's not necessarily, you're not beholden or, gonna owe somebody anything. Lorena.
So your name actually came up on our last class because I was asking for, does anybody have like a niche, right? Like a niche garden? And so I said, yes, Basha's doing something right. I'm like, oh, I love it. And I see that you have everything red and you have that purpose, you have like, that defines everything, right? That's an essence. So, but now you have like vegetables and flowers, and that sounds like two different audiences, right? Or is it not? Not at all. Okay. I love it because it's like so defined.
Yeah.
Like you're,
I need to get better at both. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's growing.
anything,
What can I grow? And this is still trial. I'm only, what month is it? 9 months in.
Yep.
So my land looked like this basically in December.
Wow.
And this is from that. And this is only going into season 2. Yeah. So also when it comes to like the patience too for myself and for what I'm doing, we'll see. There's plants there's things I'm trialing right now this season that I did last season. I was like, I'm never growing that again.
Right.
And I'm trying it again, because I know it's a different season and different weather, and there's things that were really great last season, and I'm looking at them now and I'm like, uh-oh. So yeah, I had a pepper weevil that drove me crazy and destroyed all my peppers, and now I have another fruiting of peppers and they look great. So yeah, it's just kind of stuff you figure out. Also, the flowers were not a big thing I focused on. I only did them for like the beauty purposes. And then
For Instagram, you need them.
all last weekend I had like flower sales and
Okay.
orders, and you know, I don't have much food right now, and so it's actually saving me in business. So I think it's more so just understanding that every piece of this is an opportunity.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
and
you
so
that. Like, how do you sell? Like, where is it? Like, do you go to farmers market?
I've made an entire online selling space somehow,
good. Okay.
which is silly, but I did it. I also have a farmers market at UH Japsam, the Cancer Center campus, every other Monday. Write that down. Don't forget. Meet me there. And then I was doing CSA as well, which I will continue, but only with like a solid pickup location. I was stretching myself.
Yeah.
Extremely thin.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to ask this before it like left my mind, but I really like how intentional your designs are. It's very purposeful, and it made me think about like the chakra alignment and how there. Is that why you planted red vegetables, or did you choose red in particular?
No, there's just a lot that comes with red. And there's a
Because
lot
red
of,
is like the root chakra color, and I was just like, oh, it just like suddenly dawned on me as I was looking all.
There's so much synergy with it that it just worked. And there's not like I could have said yellow, but there's only so many things that grow in yellow.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to just do red. And when I just really did the research, I was like,
It was a very intuitive choice.
it's again, we'll see after in December. For me.
Okay, last question or final thought.
Good job.
Yes, absolutely. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job here. Okay, any final wisdom you want to leave these guys with in terms of what can they expect from Ag Excel? Be realistic with themselves, all these kinds of things.
It's gonna take a lot of your time. So don't think you're gonna do all the other stuff you thought you were doing, because you're not. You're not. So I'd say that. I would say that there's gonna be hardships like weather, and if you just have to endure. There's no like I don't do that.
Right.
You know, I don't do rain. I don't do flood. Like you're just gonna be out there. I remember there was one day I was seeding and it just started storming out of nowhere, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And these are the things that are realistic. And also, you know, customers, relationships, communications, talking to peers around you, talking to the people within the cohort as well. Your neighbor may not weed, and that's a conversation, you know. And like I had a neighbor, and me and him are really good now. But in the beginning, like Rob, he wouldn't weed, he wouldn't do a lot of things. We were sharing a greenhouse, he wouldn't take care of his side, and now we're good. So I just think that like you're in a shared space as well, which is another part of it. And yeah, it's patience. There's a lot of patience out here, so you're not in control. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. This side is a lot of money and patience, but that side is patience. And you have a really great educator. And the only reason I am here is because of Rachel. The only reason. I've tried it out in North Shore. I've been in a few different programs, and I don't mind volunteering places, and I'm always like, well, those people are a little dry. And yeah, it's this world is so granola, and like that's cute and all, but it's not effectively making people eat better because there's not a lot of passionate people like Rachel around, and who can connect the worlds and who can see people for who they are and can make everyone feel seen. So yeah, just it's a benefit to be in this space and a blessing and a privilege.
That's good.
I have flowers for everyone.
Of course she does.
Hey.
Okay, and then we find you. How do we find you?
You find me at Get Ready Farms. Go ahead and pull your phones out right now, please.
Oh, I
por favor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, great. Or you guys can just pass this around. And there's the details there. Pass it around though. Pass it around. Pass it around.